In this video, I will show you the fastest farm build I have ever used on all the classes I have ever used. And as you can see in these clips, it just instantly melts everything. But let's get straight into it. The first thing, of course, is going to be a reservist chest piece. Wind Shear. Knockback shot now causes your primary attack to also fire a blast of wind that will go through the enemies while also knocking back the enemies. And it does a lot of damage, which helps you a lot killing the monsters faster. And with this we are also using False Manifesto that will give you 30% primary attack when you use the knockback shot. And then we are also using Scorn Beak. Daring Swing now also increases your primary attack speed by 30%. So now when you use Daring Swing to the monsters, you will also get 30% attack speed, so the monster pack will die faster when you start blasting them. And I'm also using the Hunger. Not everybody might like this, but this will make your primary attacks go through the targets. So if you are lined up with the monsters, you can hit them all with everything at the same time. So when the first monster dies, everybody else will die too. And this works very well with the Wind Shear, as that will also go through the backs. Now on the shoulders, I'm using Chillward Mantle. Daring Swing now fires ice arrows at the ground, forming icy pad that continually damages and chills enemies. Now this is not must have, but when you have Daring Swing or you have two packs right next to each other, you can use Daring Swing to jump over them and do some damage. But it is not mandatory. The most important pieces are False Manifesto, Reservist Chest Piece, Scorn Beak and Hunger. But we are still using Flame Spite. Multishot now fires flaming arrows that damage and burn enemies. Now with the Wind Shear, you will critically strike every time if the enemy is burning, so the multishot is pretty good, and it also almost one-shots backs. But you don't usually need to use this, as the enemies are dead way before that. But once you find a rare or a ancient enemy, you can use this with the Wind Shear and it will go down in no time. Next up, let's go over the set items and why we use those. So once again, we are using 4 pieces of Vitu's Urge, and it increases your buff duration, which is really great. We want to have 2 pieces at least, and the 4th piece just gives us 30% increased attack speed once again. So now we can have 90% attack speed if we use them all together, but we don't really need to use all together. 60% attack speed is fairly enough already. You could try to use 4 pieces of Glooms and then just use 2 pieces of Witus. You probably will need to take another dash skill and get rid of one of our skills that we are using if you want to do that. And then we are of course using, or at least at the moment, we are using 2 pieces of Gloom Boots price. You might want to change this, as we only have 1 dash at the moment, but it will increase our damage by 15%. You might want to use Banquet of Ice because we do have burning damage from the flaming arrow, and if you have something like Seeping Bile, or if you have an Everlasting Torment, that's one way to proc the Banquet of Ice. Alright, next up, let's go over the skills. So first off, we have Vengeance. That's not the best one, but we get some movement speed every time we have enemies around us, which is really great, as we only have 1 dash skill with this set. And once activated, it of course procs the Witus and give us 30% attack speed and a bit more damage. Now then we have of course the knockback shot, and the Wind Shear just increases our overall damage output, plus we got the 30% increased attack speed from the helmet and 30% attack speed from the Witus. So when we pop this bad boy up, we get 60% attack speed instantly. Now we have the multi-shot for the flaming arrow. Now, if you face a rare or big monster, you can use this with the knockback shot and it should go down really quickly. Or if you have some downtime when you don't have knockback shot up, and for some reason you don't have vengeance up either, you can use the multi-shot to finish off the pack, and in the next pack you should have knockback shot available once again. And then we have, of course, the daring swing, which we either use to jump over the monsters and do some damage, or just jump from one pack to another pack. And while we do that, we gain 30% attack speed, and this also procs with 2, so we get 60% attack speed with only this. And with only that should be already pretty huge damage to the next pack, as we have the hunger and we can hit every monster in the pack at the same time. But you should either proc vengeance or knockback shot after that, and if you don't have them, well, then you use multi-shot and normal attacks. And if you haven't already liked the video, please do so, and do subscribe for more content like this from Diablo Immortal. And for all the guys who's following me because of the monk quiets and monk stuff, I will be going back to monk pretty soon, but I will be playing the Blood Knight when it is released. But I hope to catch you on the next one.